Hey guys, it's Tori. Welcome to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through how to recover the fabric or the leather on your bar stools. So these are the bar stools that I'm going to recover. These are only 5 years old, but for some reason the leather started to tear, but I wanted to go ahead and just recover them and bring them back to life. So let's get started. So the first step was actually finding a piece of fabric that actually matched. So I went to Jo-Ann Fabric and I actually took the bar stool pad and I found the perfect match. And to make it even better, it was all under $15. Since it was just me doing this project, I had to take the bar stool and actually turn it upside down on the dining room table so I could take it apart. So for this project, I used a hex key tool, a flathead, and a Phillips screwdriver, a pair of pliers, and I used an industrial staple remover and an electric staple gun. So I started by just taking the chair apart, and I used the hex tool to remove the bolts on the bottom of the stool. And I tried to stay as organized as I could so I would remember how to put it back together. So I just got a little Ziploc bag and I labeled it with like a permanent marker and said, this goes at the bottom of the chair. And then I would remove the screws and I would just kind of make a little note to myself where those screws were, just so once I was done with everything, I wouldn't not remember how to put it back together. Thought I could go ahead and use the industrial staple remover, but for some reason I wasn't able to use that. I think because the staple is just so pressed against the cushion, it was just hard to kind of get under that staple. So I started out with a butter knife, and actually the butter knife was a little bit too thick, and then I thought I should use a flathead screwdriver, which actually worked perfectly. So I got a flathead screwdriver and I would just kind of bring up the staple just a tad, and then the industrial staple remover worked perfectly, and I would just pop it right out. And if it happened to get a little bit stuck, like halfway out, I would just take the pliers and then just pull the rest out. And I guess I could have just applied the leather over everything, but I wanted it to look as nice as possible. I was trying to do such a professional job. So I went ahead and removed the black liner. And I wasn't able to remove the leather for some reason. It would not come off. It more flaked off, and I didn't want to peel everything. So since the new faux leather that I bought was thicker, I just went ahead and just applied it over the bar stool. So I placed the bar stool on top of the fabric, and I just wanted to make sure that I had about 2 inches around the entire bar stool that was available. So I was able to wrap that tightly onto the bar stool and then staple it. And then I just wanted to make sure I had enough room and not be short. And then I just cut off the excess. But it's so important when you are placing the fabric around the bar stool that you do pull it very tightly. And I would start on one side and I would staple it. I would put like 4 staples on the top. I would go right directly across on the bottom, and I would pull it tight and make sure it's tight. And then I would staple like another 4. And then I would go ahead and go across to the sides and do the exact same thing. And then to the other side, do the exact same thing. So now at this point, we have 4 sides that are stapled. And then we have the sections in between those sides. And I would slowly just start pulling that and stapling it, but I would also turn it back over, and if it looked like there was a gap or anything like that, I would just kind of like try to pull it out and staple it so there was no gap. I just continued doing that until all those extra corners were done. And so the important thing to remember is just to make sure that you keep pulling it tight. And at the very end, once everything was stapled, all I did was cut all the excess off. And then I placed the black liner back in the center and stapled it just so it would look more clean per se, or just kind of look a little bit more professional. I'm not sure if it did, but that was it. This was kind of an easy project, just a little time consuming. Leave a comment below, let me know. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.